Hello, my name is Jerome R. Wright, and I am one of the co-directors of the HALT Solitary Campaign, which is fighting to end torture of solitary confinement, not only in New York State, but nationwide. We want the whole world to know about the human atrocities taking place in New York's prisons and jails, which are pretty much emblematic of atrocities taking place across the United States, a country that incarcerates people at the highest number in the world and the unprecedented number of people in human history. I wanted to give you a chance to think about this. In December 2024, New York prison guards beat to death, tortured, lynched a young man, a 43-year-old black man named Robert Brooks. This lynching involved at least 17 guards, supervisory staff as sergeants, and medical staff, and was unintentionally recorded on video for the whole world to see. A passive recording that they did not know was on showed the brutality, the total disregard for human life, and the length at which they will go to silence, harm, and hurt us. The manner in which Mr. Brooks was killed, the sexual assaulting that goes on, the killing of people predominantly black and brown for years and decades, with names like Leonard Strickland, Samuel Harrell, Carl Taylor, Terry Cooper, and John McMillan. Those are just some of the countless number of people who have been beaten to death by guards in recent years. Less than 3 months after Robert Brooks was brutally murdered, at least 15 guards brutally beat and murdered Messiah Nantwi, a 22-year-old black man. They lynched and killed him as well. To add insult to injury, a sergeant was caught on video discussing an attempt to cover up the killing by planting a fake weapon. Victor?
Hello, my name is Victor Pate, and I'm one of the other co-directors in the HALT Solitary campaign, as well as a formerly incarcerated person and a healing survivor of solitary confinement. Our prisons and jails have historically been violent, abusive, and have destroyed many lives. And in order to distract from what these guards did to Robert Brooks and to distract from the increased scrutiny of the guard brutality during the week that officers faced indictment for the killing of Robert Brooks, 90% of all guards in the state illegally walked off their job, abdicating their basic responsibilities to those in their custody and leaving tens of thousands of people locked in solitary confinement in life-threatening conditions, which limited access to food, medicine, out-of-cell time, family and legal visits, and other basic services. During the height of this week's long illegal action, at least 12 people died. Still today, conditions remain dire. Compounding this crisis, the state prison department illegally suspended the HALT solitary law, which restricts the use of solitary confinement. Prisons and jails across the state have been violating the law since it went into effect 3 years ago. And now this illegal suspension is further doubling down on torture while flouting the rule of law. Even before this current crisis, a combination of extreme prison sentences, parole denials, torture, brutality, abuse, and medical neglect means a person dies in New York prisons once every 2.5 days, and the average age of death of someone incarcerated is 57 years old. This is shameful.
Good evening. My name is Anissa Sabor. I am a member of the HALT Solitary Campaign. I am a solitary survivor, and I coordinate the national campaign of Unlock the Box. And we urge the world to condemn the human rights atrocities taking place in prisons, jails, and detentions in New York State and across this country. New York must fully implement the HALT solitary law, create meaningful pathways to release from these brutal and deadly prisons, including executive clemency and parole sentencing reforms, and stop all abuses inside. Also, in this moment, the world must condemn the United States government's egregious attacks on our immigrant communities. And New York's governor and legislature must take executive actions and legislative actions to protect all New Yorkers.